Mansa Musa, the ruler of the Mali Empire in the 14th century, is widely believed to be the richest person who ever lived. His wealth was so enormous that historians still struggle to estimate it accurately. At the height of his power, the Mali Empire controlled vast territories across West Africa, including some of the richest gold mines in the world. Gold was the foundation of Mali's power, and under Mansa Musa's rule, the empire became one of the most influential and prosperous civilizations of its time. Mansa Musa inherited the throne in 1312 and quickly proved to be a powerful and ambitious leader. His empire stretched across modern-day Mali, Senegal, Gambia, Guinea, Niger, and Mauritania. These lands were not only rich in natural resources, but also strategically located along major trans-Saharan trade routes. Merchants from North Africa and the Mediterranean traveled through these routes to trade salt, textiles, and goods for the immense quantities of gold controlled by the Mali Empire. But the event that made Mansa Musa famous across the entire known world was his legendary pilgrimage to Mecca in 1324. The pilgrimage, known as the Hajj, is one of the most important religious duties in Islam. When Mansa Musa decided to perform this sacred journey, he did not travel quietly. Instead, he embarked on one of the most extravagant and astonishing journeys ever recorded in history. Historical accounts describe a massive caravan crossing the Sahara Desert. Thousands of soldiers, attendants, and servants accompanied the emperor. Hundreds of camels marched across the desert, each one carrying bags filled with pure gold. Some reports even suggest that every camel carried more than 100 kilograms of gold dust. The caravan itself became a moving symbol of unimaginable wealth and power. As the caravan moved through cities and trading centers, people were stunned by the scale of the procession. When Mansa Musa arrived in Cairo, the capital of Egypt at the time, his generosity became legendary. He gave away enormous amounts of gold to the poor, donated to religious institutions, and funded the construction of mosques and schools. His intention was to show generosity and devotion, but the economic consequences were unexpected. The sudden flood of gold entering the markets of Cairo caused a dramatic economic shift. Gold, which had once been scarce and extremely valuable, suddenly became far more common. As a result, its value dropped significantly. Prices rose and inflation spread throughout the region. Historians believe that the economy of Cairo suffered from the effects of this gold surplus for nearly a decade. Despite these economic disruptions, Mansa Musa's journey also had lasting positive effects. His pilgrimage placed the Mali Empire firmly on the map of the medieval world. Scholars, traders, and travelers from across North Africa and the Middle East began to take a new interest in West Africa. Mansa Musa used this opportunity to strengthen the cultural and intellectual life of his empire. One of his greatest achievements was the development of Timbuktu into a major center of learning and culture. He invited scholars, architects, and teachers from across the Islamic world to come to Mali. Under his patronage, great mosques and universities were built, including the famous Sankore University. Timbuktu soon became one of the most important centers of knowledge in Africa, attracting students and scholars from distant lands. Mansa Musa's reign demonstrated that wealth alone was not his only legacy. He used his resources to build infrastructure, promote education, and expand trade networks that connected West Africa with the wider world. His empire flourished not only through gold, but through culture, religion, and scholarship. Even centuries later, the legend of Mansa Musa continues to fascinate historians and economists alike. His story reveals the extraordinary influence that wealth can have on global trade, diplomacy, and culture. But it also shows that immense riches can reshape economies in unexpected ways. Today, Mansa Musa is remembered not only as the richest man in history, but also as a ruler who transformed his empire into a powerful center of culture, learning, and global connection. His golden pilgrimage remains one of the most extraordinary journeys ever recorded, a moment when the wealth of an empire crossed the desert and changed the world.